But I'm going to have to quiet us down for a moment because we got a GM coming on right now.
I better change my wallpaper. Hold on.
Get serious, Rachel. Come on.
He's connecting audio. So
There we go.
What's up, guys?
now, hey, what's going on, Jonathan?
Not a lot. Anything happened tonight?
So we are welcoming in the New York Liberty's GM, Jonathan Kolb. You guys are the center of the basketball universe. I'm going to read off just what you guys have done in the past 2 days. So you traded Tina Charles, you draft Sabrina Ionescu, you draft Megan Walker, you add Jasmine Jones, Kylie Shook, Liana Odom, you trade Shatori Walker-Kimbrough for the 10th overall pick, Jocelyn Willoughby, and you trade for Stephanie Talbot. Did I get all that right?
Yes. That was,
wow.
Yeah, that's all it was, huh? It's crazy.
So are you how are you feeling now after this whirlwind?
I'm so excited. I feel like this is a cliche that people say after drafts, but I mean this wholeheartedly. We hit every single target. Every single player we took tonight is a player that we sought out to get. Mm-hmm. So for that to fall into place when you have so many picks and there are so many variables, I think you've probably seen all the mock drafts that were out there. They're really a big range in that late first through the third in terms of where people felt they would go. So to get everybody, we're excited.
So obviously for the number one pick, we all we had the right pick. Was it as easy as we thought it was on the outside?
That's a really good question. I think heading into this season, and we went to go see Oregon 5 or 6 times, not including the Pac-12 tournament, which we were also at. But as I said at the press conference when we introduced our head coach, Walt Hopkins, we were going to get this pick right. And so, no, it wasn't easy as the season started in the collegiate ranks. There's definitely players that were in the mix, and we were really thorough. I think it's very clear that Sabrina really separated herself as that season went on. I think if you look maybe towards that Arizona State loss in Tempe, Arizona, Oregon took it to another level, and so did Sabrina. And it just really showed that loss rallied them. She took it to another level, and that's when we really started to zero in. And then, honestly, it was our interviews with her and really getting to know her as a person, because you can watch her all you want on the court from afar and on television or in person in their arena. But until you sit down and get to know what that person is and who they really are, and who you're bringing into your family, your culture, you don't know 100%. But I can tell you, as soon as we spoke with her, it was a done deal.
And just like the last 2 days, like I mentioned, complete turnaround for the franchise. You guys have turned the page to a new era. What does that mean for you and your front office and your organization? And what's this new era going to be for New York?
Yeah, so it means we got to get to work. These players, we have the best development staff in the WNBA. I'm telling you right now. And it's time for them to get to work with these players when we are allowed to do so, social distancing over with when that happens. They're going to bring out the best. And when we were evaluating these players, it wasn't just who were they within their 4 years of their program or 3 years, but what can they be? What do we think we can realistically bring out in them? And so it's time to get to work. In regards to what the new era is, it's exciting. This is going to be an athletic, very switchable team. It's going to be a team that spreads defenses out. We're going to go after teams with traditional bigs. We're going to be shooting over them. We have elite level shooters, and now with Leja Clarendon and Sabrina Ionescu, we have elite level passers to get them the ball. So this is going to be a new brand of basketball, but a real exciting one.
Jonathan, you're getting me hyped just listening to you talk about the New York Liberty. I mean, my God, it's like, 10 o'clock at night there, and like you're getting me hyped. But I have to ask, I was very surprised by your 12th pick in Jasmine Jones, and I was probably a little bit more surprised you followed up with Kylie Shook. I followed Louisville basketball for many, many years, and phenomenal program. Jeff Walls does a phenomenal job. What went into the decision of Jasmine Jones and Kylie Shook? Because that was a little bit of a surprise for people.
Yeah, sorry, my phone went off there. I apologize.
You're good.
So for in terms of Jazz, our development staff were, for lack of a better phrase, were salivating about the prospect of getting her in our program. They think they can turn into just a defensive beast in terms of her switchability and really being able to get after people. She is energy personified. And that's somebody that we're excited. And the other part of that is we're really excited for her to be in practice and push our more established players, really go after them, make them the best that they can be at all times, whether it's practice or not. So we're excited there. Kylie Shook is the type of big that we really like. If you look at Amanda Zowie B and the skill set that she's added to her game over the past, 2 years in terms of being a three-point shooter. I mean, if you look at the game, her career game at LA last year, and she dropped 37 on multiple three-pointers, that's what we're looking for. Kylie Shook is a great defensive big. She is an anchor, but yet she can be somebody on that trail when Sabrina's coming down the floor, and on that trail, she looks over her shoulder. She will stretch out that defense. So that's somebody we're really excited to add. And I think it'll be really fun for Asia, by the way, to see some of her Louisville mates back with her.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you guys are like the pipeline now for the Louisville Cardinals. Throw up the L's.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get to your other pick in Liana Odom from Duke. Tremendous player. What are your thoughts on her?
Yeah, we think she's really underrated in this draft. Again, our scouts were really high on her. Very similar to Jazz Jones from the standpoint of they feel very confident they can bring her game up to another level. And that's what this was about. I think it was a potential pick in terms of what we think can be there, but also somebody that'll really benefit from strong point guard play. And I think we can all say we've got a really strong point guard here with us now. So we're really excited about her too.
Safe to say, we agree.
Yeah. It's so fun. I'm so glad we don't have to pretend we're not taking Sabrina anymore.
Right.
No, obviously that was a long process with Sabrina, but it was a much shorter process with, you're the 9th pick. You guys just got that one earlier this week. Obviously, you're wheeling and dealing during the draft. What was the challenges that you faced in this particular draft? I know, I talked to a bunch, everyone's talking about the intra-team communication. Were there any specific challenges that came up with wheeling and dealing so much?
So the process itself was a little more painstaking than I anticipated because we're on a call with the league making our picks, and we're on a call as a staff, and it's usually the whole staff is in one room on that call with the league. It was really hard. I had one headphone in right here. I had one headphone in, and then I'm listening to the league through this monitor over here. That was tough. And then, I'd be on the call and I'd get a trade call from Phoenix or what have you, or Minnesota, and I have to run to the other room. So it was a little more taxing than I anticipated, but we got through it. And I think, and I said this on another broadcast, but I'm so glad the draft was tonight. I think this is really important. What's going on in the world. This is a little bit of escapism, and I think it's great. And dreams were made tonight, and I think that's a wonderful opportunity, and props to the league for that.
Jonathan, there's so much to talk about with the New York Liberty. I mean, just beyond Sabrina, beyond that first-round pick, you guys have had arguably one of the biggest off seasons in terms of just change of a franchise. I mean, you go from Westchester to now you're playing at Barclays, you've got new ownership, you've got a new logo. I mean, everything about the Liberty is changing. Is this one of the most exciting places to be a part of? And what has that been like for you through the last 6 months?
Yeah, I don't know of a more exciting place to be. I've got to be really honest. We have a lot going for us. This is going to be a place where people want to play basketball. I think we talked about that in January when we brought Walt on. And we had that press conference at Barclays Center, and you're just in that building and you feel this energy. And so, no, this is really exciting. I'm glad I was here last year to experience the Westchester portion, and thank you to those fans up there. We really hope they make it out to Barclays Center, but I think we can all agree that this is taking it to a new level in terms of a world-class arena. And we're so excited to actually have boots on the ground out here.
We're going to let you go real quick. We got one more question. Talk to us just about your front court in general. Show us your vision.
Yeah, I think, and that's a great question if you get Walt. I don't know if you have Walt on, but we're playing different than other teams. We are not going to be traditional in terms of posts. We're going to stretch teams out, and it's what we're going to do, and they're going to have to adjust to us. And that's why when you get somebody that's versatile like Kylie Shook that can guard down low but can pop back out, that's really attractive to us. So we're athletic, we're tenacious, and we'll be relentless, and we're going to build from there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. We really appreciate it. Congratulations, and get some sleep. I'm sure you haven't been sleeping that much.
I'll try. My heart's racing, so we'll see. All right, thanks, everybody.
Talk to you soon, then.
All right, bye-bye.